What's up, guys? I'm going to be doing something totally different from what I usually do. I'm going to be showing you exactly how I help one of my clients, Matt, gain 29 pounds with 20 pounds of lean mass in 16 weeks. It's going to show you exactly what we did for nutrition, training, pretty much everything we did to get that result. You can apply the same process into your training, your lifestyle right now, and achieve similar results. This is going to be one of my most valuable pieces of content. So save it, pause it, come back, watch it later if you have to, take notes, share it with a friend. This is going to be packed with so much knowledge. So let's dive right in. So this video is for skinny fat men that want to gain weight, get toned, put on lean muscle mass, start spending hours at the gym, force feeding yourself, giving up your favorite foods while keeping the results forever. I'll help you gain 20 pounds with 12 pounds of lean mass naturally in the next 16 weeks without having to force feed yourself, eat chicken and rice daily, give up your favorite foods, or spend more than 4 to 5 hours at the gym every week using my advanced recomposition method. So before we dive in, my name is Evans. If you don't already know me, if you don't follow me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, you know I'm a trainer if you do follow me on those apps. And I usually make quick reels, actionable advice on how to help men gain lean muscle mass. But I wanted to do something different today. I wanted to do an in-depth case study, showing you guys exactly the step-by-step process that I take to put on lean muscle mass, and that I also use to apply for my clients to help them put on lean muscle mass, to show you how easy it could be, because I know a lot of men struggle with this. And to be frank, I used to struggle with this as well because I used to be skinny fat. So to show you how you could apply the same process that I did for Matt that helped him gain 29 pounds, 20 pounds of lean mass in 16 weeks, that literally took him from being this skinny guy to this jacked fella. So you can literally see the difference in his looks and also confidence. So I'm going to show you exactly how I could do the same. I could put on at least 20 pounds or even 29 pounds in 16 weeks. So let's dive in. So who is this for? If you're looking to gain at least 20 pounds with 12 pounds of lean mass, naturally building a new frame. So you gain this naturally. Building a new frame of muscles and getting stronger than you've ever been, then this is for you. If you're sick of feeling lost when it comes to getting gains and you need a simple and proven blueprint that could fit into your lifestyle, making your life better, unlike most cookie cutter programs, then this is for you. If you feel like you've tried everything but you still don't have the physique you want and have always dreamt of, then this is for you. If you know you have the potential to unlock the best version of yourself, but you just need guidance and accountability, then this is for you. So who this isn't for? If you want to keep trying to get jacked the traditional way that's been holding you back for years instead of trying a new proven system, then this is not for you. If you're looking for a quick fix, you don't want to put in any effort and use a proven system that will keep you in shape for the rest of your life, then this is not for you. If you're not ready to allocate at least 4 hours a week to the gym, then this is not for you. And if you simply do not believe you could reach the ultimate version of yourself, then this is not for you. So if any of this applies to you, stop watching this video right now and leave. If you're still here, let's get it. So the truth about getting bigger that no one will tell you is you could get big, you could build muscles, get stronger, bigger, jacked, without eating 4 to 6 meals a day, eating chicken and rice, spending countless of hours at the gym, all while keeping the results forever. See, these were the mistakes I made. This was what I was made to believe when I started my fitness journey, that I had to eat 4 to 6 meals, I had to force feed myself, eat chicken and rice all the time, and spend 3 hours at the gym every single day. This is not sustainable. If you've tried it before, you know it's not sustainable, and that's probably why you're here. Because it doesn't work. It works, but it's not going to work for long. See, most men aren't capable of doing this, building muscles, because they don't understand how to optimize their nutrition, optimize their training in the gym, and implement a system that fits their lifestyle. Doesn't add stress, allows them to progress over time, like the advanced recomposition method I'm about to show you, instead of a quick fix approach. So, but don't worry, I'm not going to let that happen to you because you're still here. But first of all, there is no such thing as I'm just too busy, I have bad genetics, my metabolism sucks, but that wouldn't work for me. You don't have to work out for countless of hours a day in the gym or have superhuman genetics to become the ultimate version of yourself. So all of these things are just either excuses or limiting beliefs we tell ourselves. And if you want to be the person that builds lean muscles, I'll show you exactly how to navigate around these issues you previously mentioned. How I help my clients, Matt, gain 29 pounds in 16 weeks, getting stronger, achieving his best physique ever. But was getting compliments every day from his friends, family, and coworkers. How to gain at least 20 pounds with 12 pounds of lean mass in the next 16 weeks. And how to do all of this without eating 4 to 6 meals, force feeding yourself, eating chicken and rice, or spending more than 5 hours in the gym every week. So just a little bit of story, a backstory about me and how I got here is I've been training for 10 years now. I'm passionate about fitness. I love working out. So I decided to start training people to get in their best shape ever. I used to be 145 pounds. I used to be skinny fat, but right now I weigh 234 pounds. So I'm pretty jacked and shredded, as you can see. But I used to be skinny fat, about 140 to 140 pounds. This picture you see here, this picture right here was like months after I started working out. I thought I looked jacked. Looking at this picture now, I look really skinny. You don't believe how many push-ups I did, how many sit-ups I did before I took this photo, because I thought I looked jacked here. But you can clearly see I still had a belly. And that was one of my biggest problems. No matter how lean, no matter how skinny I was, I always had a belly. So I wanted to change that. I was weak. I didn't look good in clothes. I didn't look good without clothes. When you're skinny fat, you put on tight clothes, your belly just pop out and doesn't look too good. People always made fun of me for that. People always made fun of my weight. My friends always made fun of my weight, and I hated that. So I wanted to change it. I wanted to change being skinny fat because all my life, I wanted to be leaner, I wanted to be athletic, I wanted to be jacked. I didn't just want to be skinny or fat, either way. But the problem with getting jacked the traditional way or getting lean the traditional way is you either had to bulk, you had to gain a lot of body fat to be huge. That's how everybody did it back then and still now. And also, if you wanted to get cut, you had to lose a lot of body fat. You couldn't put muscle mass when you went for a cut. I didn't like the traditional way of bulking because I had to pick between one. Would I bulk to put on muscles or would I cut to lose my belly fat? So if I had to cut, I didn't have any fat on me apart from my belly. So I was going to go from skinny fat to literally skinny. And if I bulked, all the fat was going straight to my belly still before any other place. So I was going to go from skinny fat to fat. So none of those was going to work for me. I knew I had to figure out a system. I had to stop listening to these people and whatever I saw online. I knew there had to be a way for me to be jacked, fit, athletic, strong, lean. And that's what led me to create the advanced recomposition method. Throughout all my years of trial and error of training myself for a start, naturally, I was able to achieve this. So the advanced recomposition method is a playbook I created throughout the years, throughout my years of training, coaching, trial and error of coaching men, myself to be the most lean, muscular, best version of themselves. These are some of my clients I've trained in the past. So in the following steps, I'm going to outline the entire process from A to Z of what I did to accomplish these results. So you too can use the advanced recomp method to gain at least 20 pounds. Get rid of your belly fat, pack on 12 pounds of lean mass at least, with little to no body fat gain in 16 weeks. Without force feeding yourself, giving up your favorite food, spending more than 4 to 5 hours a week in the gym. And this is all done naturally. So the advanced recomp method is broken down into two essential phases. We have the fat loss phase and we have the muscle building phase. Depending on where you are, determines where we start. If you're someone like me that is skinny, that has pretty much no muscle on them, or someone like Matt that's really skinny, we're going to start off with the muscle building phase. But if you're someone like Charles, that you're later going to see, I'm going to show you Charles later, that has a lot more body fat on him, you can start off with the fat loss phase. So the difference between these two phases is that one of them will focus on muscle building, but we're also trying to lose body fat. If you look at it, it's a lean bulk. We're focused on muscle building, but we're also trying to lose body fat, or at the very least maintain a low body fat percentage, while the fat loss phase, the main goal is fat loss. While we're trying to maintain the muscle mass we have, or at least, or maybe build a little bit of muscle mass if you do this right. I'm going to break down each phases. So the muscle building phase is anywhere from 8 to 16 weeks of lean bulk. Like I said, lean bulk, putting on lean muscle mass related to no body fat. We have the accumulation and we have the intensification phase. I'm going to explain this. Generally, we have a higher caloric intake during this phase. The fat loss phase, we have the accumulation and intensification phase as well. Usually a lower caloric intake, but in some cases, I've had my clients on a higher caloric intake, increasing their calories a little bit to reset their metabolism. I'm not going to go too deep on this because I don't have to, because I didn't do this for math. But just know, in some cases in the fat loss phase, we do have a higher caloric intake. For the guidelines for the advanced recomp method is mindset, training, nutrition, and recovery. And I'm going to touch upon all these guidelines. Bear with me. So the advanced recomp method, the accumulation phase is hypertrophy. That's our main focus. Hypertrophy is muscle gain. And intensification phase is strength. So we'll focus more on strength gain. Accumulation phase is anywhere from 8 to 20 reps. Intensification phase is anywhere from 1 to 7 reps. So accumulation, like I said, is mostly muscle gain, strength gain. A lot of people make this mistake when they're training in their fitness program. They focus more on just one phase. I can't count how many times I've seen somebody training just 12 reps throughout the whole year. That's why you plateau. If you keep training like that, at some point you're going to hit a plateau. The best training programs in the world, the best coaches in the world know how to go between both phases. You need a little bit of strength because there's a direct correlation between strength and hypertrophy, which is muscle gain. So just write that down somewhere. Hypertrophy is mainly muscle gain. The more muscle mass you have, the stronger you could become. The stronger you are, the more muscle mass you could build. So there's a direct correlation. If you want to break through plateaus, you need to make sure you touch up on all these phases. How you make your program to make it very efficient, to make sure you're breaking through plateaus, you're getting stronger, you're building muscles, will determine how long you spend on each of these phases. Hopefully this makes sense. So in the accumulation phase, we have some sub-phases we have to go through. Well, not sub-phases, more like things we focus on. Number one will be form. So since we're doing high repetitions, we need to take advantage of really crafting your form, because we know form is very important. Form will make sure we're training the right muscle groups. Form would also make sure we reduce chances of injuries. And it's a lot easier for you to master your form when you're doing high reps than when you're doing low reps, because when you're doing anything from like 1 to 7 reps, you know every single rep counts. If you mess it up, you could literally injure yourself right there. But when you're doing high repetitions, if you get like 15, 12 reps, you could do the first 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 or whatever, trying to like really think about your form, getting your elbows right, tucking it in when you're doing the bench press or whatever. It's a lot easier for you to focus on the form in the accumulation phase. So we do that. Also structural balance. Structural balance, we all need structural balance. As an average person walking into the gym for the first time, or even if you're experienced to a level, you need to understand that we have weaknesses, weak muscles, tight muscles. For example, some people work on the computer all day, they slouch their back, their shoulders get tight, their back muscles get weak. We need to fix that. We need to fix that because over time, is going to lead to injuries at the gym. When you keep training like that, it's going to lead to injuries even outside the gym. So you need to fix that structural balance, fixing those weak muscles. Also, muscular imbalances. Some people would have stronger right hand than their left hand if they're dominant on their right side. They carry groceries with their right hand. They carry everything with their right hand. So over time, their right hand gets stronger. And when they come to the gym, they train that way. And it's going to lead to injuries over time. So we need to fix that as well. We need to fix all of these so we reduce chances of injuries and also increase your progress at the gym. Because when you have these muscular imbalances fixed, you make your progress becomes a lot faster. So we need to fix that, usually during the accumulation phase. But we'll also work on that as well, a little bit on intensification phase, like structural balance. But the main focus on the accumulation phase is muscle gain. You will get a little bit of strength gain. And your intensification phase is strength. And you will build a little bit of muscles. Hopefully this makes sense. Moving on, the guidelines will be mindset, training, nutrition, and recovery. Now let me show you exactly how we used each stage of the advanced recomp method for Matt so he was no longer held back by the mistakes he didn't even know he was making and finally lose his skinny arms, flat chest, and get jacked. So mindset, training, nutrition, recovery. So we all know nutrition is like 80% of everything, but mindset is 100% of everything you do. With the wrong mindset, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not even going to get started. And how the right mindset we have in the advanced recomp method is we're focused on habit and system thinking instead of goal setting. So what this means is that system versus goals means we have goal. Your goal is to gain 20 pounds in 16 weeks. Instead of fixating on that goal, we acknowledge the goal, but now take a step back and say, how do we get to 20 pounds in 16 weeks? Maybe we have to break that down. That would be about 5 pounds a month. How do you get to 5 pounds each month? Maybe I have to eat about 100 grams of protein each day. How do you get 100 grams of protein each day? Maybe I have to break it down to 50 grams per meal, which is 2 meals. How do you get 50 grams per meal? Maybe I have to throw in a protein shake here and there. It's breaking everything down into simple systems we need to follow. So once we have that system laid out, we forget about the goal and just follow the roadmap, because we cannot control the outcome, we only control our output, what we do. And as a result, we get the outcome. The problem with goal thinking is that it keeps you obsessed about the goal, forgetting about what you have to do. When I used to have that mindset, when I started my fitness journey, I'll focus so much about the goals that I had to get. And I literally didn't really have a plan. So without a plan, you're literally just shooting blanks, hoping that you get to your results. Some days you wake up feeling unmotivated and you don't go. But when you have a plan, you know, even the days you don't feel like going, you just have to check it off. Like, okay, I just have to eat 100 grams of protein somehow. If I follow the roadmap, I'm going to get there eventually. I just have to keep following the plan. System setting instead of goal setting. Goals determine your direction. System determines your progress. I want you to remember that. So the power of tiny changes. This is more sustainable. Small changes are more sustainable than big, drastic transformation. When we try to change too much too quickly, we often get burnt out and revert back into our old habits. Small changes, on the other hand, make it easier to maintain over the long term, which means we can lead to lasting change. So everybody's different. Everybody has a certain amount of limits. Everybody has a certain amount of work they could handle. We need to find what you could handle. Math, we broke it down into smaller steps, whatever you could handle, small changes, whether it was, if we had to get, for example, 10K steps a day. You know, not everybody can handle 10K steps a day. Start off small. Every morning, maybe get 2K steps. Slowly increase that to 3K, 4K, 5K, 6K, 7K until you're getting 10K steps a day. You know, little things like that. You don't have to jump right in immediately. Slowly take those tiny steps. It might take you a little bit longer to get there, but you're still going to get there. Habit change is identity change. This is a really big one. Sorry about that. Something in my chest. So, habit change is identity change. Before you get results, you have to see yourself. You have to change your identity, see yourself as that person that is deserving of that result. So, the interior of your behavior change and building better habits is your identity. Each action you perform is driven by the fundamental belief that it is possible. So if you change your identity, become the type of person that you believe you are, then it's easier to change your action. If you see yourself as someone that's already 20 pounds muscular, you're going to start acting like someone that's 20 pounds muscular. You're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to drink your freaking protein shake, you're going to go to the gym, you're not going to make excuses. You're going to start tapping into that mindset of the person that's already 20 pounds more muscular. You have to believe, you have to see yourself that way. People always say, oh, I'm going to start going to the gym when I gain 5 pounds for a start. How do you expect to gain 5 pounds? You got to go to the freaking gym first. And that's what we do here. Get your mindset right. See yourself like that person, then the results will follow. You don't get the results first before you do the work. You do the work first before you get the result. So we laid out everything for Matt, nutrition, training, everything he needed, planned it out for him to get to his goal. Whether he had meditation each day, 8 minutes of meditation, whatever he needed, small steps, everything he needed was laid out for him. As long as he followed the system we had in place, he was guaranteed to get to his goal. And that's what we did here. Training, nutrition, and recovery. So training, the first thing is intensity, meaning no matter the rep range, you're always pushing to failure. If I have you doing 12 reps and you're able to do 50 pounds for a bench press for 12 reps, then the next training phase, I have you doing 5 reps and you want to use 50 pounds again, that's not how it works. You got to push yourself to failure because I clearly know you're able to do 50 pounds for 12. Now you want to try and fool me and use 50 pounds for 5 reps. So you got to push yourself harder. The only exception is during deloads. So for deloads, that's where we drop your max weight from anywhere from 50 to 70% of your max weight. Usually every 5 to 8 weeks. That's what we did for max. It's different for... So that's the range we look at, 5 to 8 weeks, 50 to 70% of your max. A lot of people make this mistake of not incorporating deloads to their training program, and that's why they also plateau. Your central nervous system needs time to recover, not just your muscular system. So deloads are very important for your body to reset its central nervous system so you can start making progress again. The best training programs in the world always have deloads. The best athletes, the best coaches always incorporate deloads into their training program. So now form. Form is obviously very important. We talked about this already. Matt had to make sure he was doing this form right. There are videos showing him how to properly do each exercise the right way. I do post videos like this on my Instagram that shows you how to do it the right way. So if you want to give this a try yourself, you go ahead and watch those videos, and that's going to teach you how to execute each exercise the right way. Exercise selection is a very big one, especially for this training program, because it's a lot different from anything you've probably ever done. You have to make sure you pair the right exercises together to get the best results. Nutrition, we focus a lot on macros, having the right balance of protein, carbs, and fats. It's very important to understand that getting the caloric surplus would make you gain weight. But weight is pretty generic, right? Weight could be muscles, weight could be fat. I'm guessing you want to gain muscles, not fat. So you have to make sure you get the right balance of macronutrients. That's what's going to help you. That's one of the many things that's going to help you gain muscles apart from your training, recovery, and some other factors I'm going to explain here. Meal selection. You want to have the right balance where you're having the foods you need and the foods you want. That's how it gets sustainable. So it's very important we pick the right meals. So Matt wasn't force feeding himself. If you have the right meals as well, You don't have to be eating chicken and rice. If you have the right meal selection that is more caloric dense and nutrient dense, you could eat less food in terms of quantity and get more quality from it, get enough macro and micronutrients in them to reach your goal. So meal selection is very important. Cheat meals, you want to have your cheat meals, it's a lifestyle, not a chore. You want to be able to live this for the rest of your life. You want to be able to, whatever we do here, you want to be able to take it on and keep doing it. If you don't see yourself as someone that can never have cheat meals, then maybe don't have cheat meals. But if you want to enjoy pizza here and there, my cheat meal is noodles. I love noodles. I want to be having noodles every week, so I do have noodles every week. So Matt had cheat meals twice a week. We had that in his program twice a week. Water intake, your body is 70% water, meaning you have to drink a lot of water to build muscles, to aid your metabolism, to just have your body working properly. We had at least 4 liters of water, 4 to 5 liters of water for Matt. Recovery is very important, apart from sleep quality and rest days. You also have to make sure you manage your hormones. Matt was getting anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sleep, mostly around 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Rest days was getting 2 to 3 days a week, most of the times 3, some of the times 2. Managing hormones. Okay, so hormones, I can't stress this enough how important your hormones are. Your hormones dictate how your body metabolism works. You could be training really hard, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever you want to do, eating really well. But if you have hormonal imbalances, you're not going to reach your goal. You struggle with building muscles, you struggle with losing fat. And one of the biggest culprits that affects our hormones is stress, one of the most common ones. Stress is going to increase your cortisol level, which is going to make it harder for you to build muscles. And it's going to also increase insulin levels, which is going to make it a lot easier for your body to hold on to fat. So you see how this is a problem. So we have to make sure Matt's hormones were well balanced. Hopefully this makes sense. So moving on, muscle gain phase, stage 1, week 1 to week 16. For the training style we used, this is the training style we use. You can use whatever you want to use, push-pull legs, chest, back, shoulder, full body. But this is what I find works the best. People like Arnold have used training styles like this to pack on lean muscle mass during their off-season because it freaking works. It works. Study has shown that training like this will increase your metabolism and human growth hormone production compared to any other training style. So what we're doing here is we're supersetting usually 2 exercises. We have to make sure the superset is not like we're doing a drop set. We're not training the same muscle group. We're giving it enough time to recover. So like a bench press here, superset with a lat pull down, close grip lat pull down. We're doing about 10 sets, 5 sets, 10 repetitions, 5 sets, 10 repetitions. So what we're doing here is that we're working this muscle group with high intensity, enough rep range to trigger hypertrophy. I'll move on to the next exercise. What's happening here now is that this is recovering while your back is training. So if you know anything about human growth hormone production, you know weight training increases human growth hormone production. And also cardio, like high intensity interval training, does increase human growth hormone production. And this is like a combination of weight training and high intensity cardio, high intensity interval cardio training. So these combined together is like getting the best of both together. Apart from you just building muscles, you're increasing your human growth hormone production. And it's also pretty nice that it helps with lactic acid buildup. So lactic acid is that burning sensation you feel whenever you're getting close to failure. When you do a bicep curl, you feel that burn in your muscles. That's lactic acid building up. The problem with lactic acid is that whenever it starts building up, you have to stop, take a rest before you go back to your exercise. But while you're resting, you're not really participating on that high intensity interval training because you're going to have to rest for a long time, cool down before you go back. But still want to get your heart rate going to a degree. So that's why we superset with a different muscle. So we still keep that movement going. But while you're doing your back your chest is resting, so lactic acid is reducing in your chest. And when you come back to the bench exercise, lactic acid is reducing in your back. So this is very time efficient, this is very effective. And we have to follow the advanced recomp method guidelines: intensity, form, and exercise selection. You have to make sure you have the right intensity for this workout. You have to make sure you master your form. You have to make sure you pair the right exercises together for this to work. This is focused on building lean mass. Like I said, it's like doing weight training and cardio at the same time. So the muscle gain phase nutrition. The first thing we have to do is to find out your baseline calories. A lot of people make this mistake of just literally jumping into a meal plan, like jumping into when they're trying to build muscles. They just start eating as much calories as they can. That's why a lot of people gain a lot of fat when they're trying to bulk. You have to understand there's a limit of muscle mass you can put on in a particular time frame. You can't put on so much muscles quickly in a short time frame. So you're eating a lot of calories, more than you need. A lot of those calories are going to get turned into fat. So what we have to do is to find out your baseline calories, then just add just enough as you need to put on muscles and not fat. So we just slowly go from there. We find the baseline calories for maths. That was the first thing we did. The next was meal selection. Now it was time to pick the right foods. Obviously it had to be tasty, it had to be easy and quick to make. Just as much as I didn't want Matt to spend more than 4 to 5 hours a week in the gym, I didn't want him to be spending hours in the kitchen. So each meal, take anywhere from 5 to maybe 20, 25 minutes to make. So the quicker the better. And it had to be tasty for it to be sustainable. And this is where I had to make sure I picked the right foods that were caloric and nutrient dense enough that he didn't have to eat 4 to 6 meals, he didn't have to force feed himself, and was able to put on weight with ease. So caloric surplus, remember, means weight gain. The right macronutrient balance means muscle gain. And we're trying to gain muscles, not just weight. Okay? Hopefully all this makes sense. So from week 2 to week 16, we just slowly started bumping up his calories and his macros. Over this period, just enough to fill up his physique to build lean muscle mass. As you can see, his weight was slowly went up from, we started off at 133.2 pounds. I ended up with 153.4 pounds of lean mass gain. Started off at 149.4 and finished up around 178.4 body weight gain. Slow incremental gains. That's how it's done. So for the fat loss phase, this is where we're trying to lose body fat now. That's the main goal. We didn't have this for Matt because Matt was able to put on enough lean mass that he didn't even need to lose fat. For most people, they'll be happy with what they got because we're not putting on a lot of body fat here. Matt was happy with the result he had. He didn't feel the need to cut down any more body fat. And that was totally fine. If you're not crazy like someone like me, that like to be super lean all year round, you probably wouldn't want to even go with the fat loss phase. So we just didn't do the fat loss phase, we just stuck to the muscle gain phase. So I'm not going to spend too much time on the fat loss phase. I'm going to show you what it looks like. And you could, if you need to, you could literally implement this in your own training program to help you lose fat. Take a screenshot, take a picture of what it looks like, and try it out. I don't want this video to be longer than 45 minutes, so I'm going to not go over this. And this is the nutrition, how I go about doing nutrition for the fat loss phase. This is Charles, he's an client of mine in the past. I helped him lose 15% of his body fat in 12 weeks using the fat loss phase. Same with kind of similar with Matt. We did the fat loss phase, he lost all his body fat, and you actually put on muscle mass. He was able to see his abs, get a big chest from man boobs. That he didn't even need to go through the muscle gain phase because he already put on muscles during this phase. So we just left it there. no muscle gain phase. I'm going to do a case study on Jake. I'm going to go through the fat loss phase, how it works, mainly with Jake. Jake lost about 99 pounds exactly in 7 months. So I'm going to do a case study on how we did that, focusing more on the fat loss phase. So the advanced recomposition method is meant to pack on a new frame of lean muscles, strip away unnecessary body fat, transform your physique into a more jacked and shredded full muscular frame in less than 180 days. For Matt, the results were so worth it. Finally having bigger arms, chest, and being jacked felt so good. Having family and friends noticing his physique, transformation was amazing. Matt's progress was so valuable to him. He never wanted to stop working out. And that's thing about training is that a lot of people think they don't like training until they start getting results. You don't hate training. You just don't like not getting results. You just suck at training right now. The moment you get good at training and start seeing results, you're gonna love it. That's how it becomes a lifestyle. I used to hate working out until I got on the program, started seeing gains, knew exactly what I was doing. And that's when I started to fall in love with fitness. And I'm here 10 years after, still working out every single week. Having the physique you want can truly be the base to helping you realize what you're truly capable of. I believe in this wholeheartedly. Fitness changed my life. The fact that I'm able to point to other people's cup, help them achieve their full potential, because fitness helped me see what I was truly capable of. It gave me the confidence to go out there in life and take a chance on myself. If it wasn't for fitness, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. Fitness gave me the platform I have. Now I'm able to reach thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, influence their life, which I'm really grateful for. And also really grateful for helping people see their fullest potential. This is something I'm really passionate about. I truly believe fitness can help you turn your life around, literally turn your life around. So let's listen to what Matt has to say, and I'm going to keep quiet for a second.
Hi, my name is Matt. I'm from Southern Illinois, and I just wanted to give Evans a shout out. I had been working out on my own for 12 months and had a little progress in weight gain and lean muscle mass. And as soon as I got with Evans, he worked out a personalized nutrition and workout program for me. I started out 149 pounds, and in 16 weeks, I was up to 178. I gained 20 pounds of lean muscle mass, which is awesome. Evans is great to work with. He's very personable. He listens well, and he really cares. I would highly recommend his program, and that if you are interested to invest in yourself.
Thank you very much, Matt. So, like I said, I'm going to be making a video for Jake, how he lost 99 pounds in 7 months. So watch out for that one. It's going to go in depth for the fat loss phase.
Hi, my name is Matt.
So now that you understand exactly how this process works, I have an offer for you. If you're a skinny or a skinny fat person, you're overweight, you're sick of not having the physique you want, you're ready to look great with your clothes off or on, get too big for your clothes that it becomes too small for you. That's one of the problems. That's one of the problems I have. Pretty much I have almost every year, is that my clothes get too small. I have to throw them away. But those are good problems to have. You want to make the most physical progress you've ever had. So this also goes for overweight people, because it works both ways. If you want to lose so much body fat that your clothes don't even fit on you anymore, your clothes get too baggy, you have to throw them away. Same thing. Make the most physical progress you've ever had. I'll help you gain at least 20 pounds with 12 pounds of lean mass without needing to force feed yourself, give up your favorite foods, or train more than 4 to 5 hours a week in the gym. Learn how to pack on a whole new frame of muscles in 180 days or less using my advanced recomposition method. And If by chance this does not work for you, I'm going to refund you back your money.
So guys, if you found this video very valuable and you're sick and tired of not having the body you want to gain at least 20 pounds with 12 pounds of lean mass in the next 16 weeks using the advanced recomposition method, you can go ahead and schedule a call with me. There's a link somewhere below this video. Fill out the application and I'll reach out to you and see if you're a good fit for the team and for the program.